Rich Man's Principles, Poor Man's Work Ethic. Principles of Building Wealth. Written by Timothy Williams. Narrated by Haydee Parks. Chapter 1. How to Invest Your Money. How to manage and invest your money. Simple statement, simple words, but true to the wealth building needed to increase your money. Money is an essential aspect of life that we can't take for granted in the society we live in today. Money can enrich our lives and put us into a position to enrich others. If we use our money smartly and intentionally, it has the power to bring about our hopes, dreams, desires, and goals. On a large scale, we need money as a means to regulate and stimulate the economy. On a more personal level, money helps us achieve our goals. Many people have a desire to raise children. Others are dedicated to a life of service, giving to those in need of various resources. We must learn to deal with money and make sure that our money does not become our master flyaway. There's nothing more we want than to be able to efficiently manage our money. After all, the money that we want to manage is money that is oftentimes hard-earned. This is where a budget comes in. A budget executed properly should help you see where your money is going, get more utility out of every buck, and help you save some extra for future use. The first smart secret to a budget is to set a goal. What do you want to achieve? Do you want to correctly appropriate your income into bills payments? Do you want to put an amount aside for a big purchase or a huge investment? By having a goal, you will be able to shape your budget to best serve your interests. The desperate will say, I need to make money. I need to know how to quickly earn income. Again, everything is fine if you can do it, but remember that a fool and his money will soon part. So those who are too afraid to gamble can lose it just as quickly. I repeat, because it is very important to be sensible about how we handle our money. I must also add that it is important to have the right perspective on money. Now, some have said that money is the root of all evil, and some even went so far as to say, well, that's what the Bible says. But in fact, this is a fake quote. Indeed, the Bible says, the love of money is the root of all evil. The first smart secret to a budget is to set a goal. What do you want to achieve? Do you want to correctly appropriate your income into bills payments? Do you want to put an amount aside for a big purchase or a huge investment? By having a goal, you will be able to shape your budget to best serve your interests. Secondly, you would want to take note of where your money usually goes. This includes bills, major but regular purchases, like grocery costs, healthcare costs, and the like, and everyday miscellaneous purchases. Only when you list down where you know your money usually goes will you be able to identify which expenses you can do without. Once you've identified these regular expenditures, take into consideration what you can cut back on. How much do you spend on your daily caffeine fix in the morning? How much do you spend on newspaper deliveries to your front door? The measly $2 or $5 of these small purchases cumulatively translates to more than $3,600 a year. Instead of buying your expensive latte or reading the newspaper on print, put aside the amount you would usually pay for these small routine purchases in a small container. You will be surprised at how much you're saving out of your older budget. Being indebted is a vicious cycle on its own. You're talking about continuous payments, not to mention huge interest rates. The best way to deal with this is to pay the minimum on all of your debts in order to avoid paying extraneous late fees. Chapter 2. How to Make and Manage Your Money. Whatever cash excesses you may have, you can opt to add on to the payments you make in your biggest debt. This way, you are concentrated on getting the biggest debts first that cost you the greatest interest rates. Doing this progressively, you'll be amazed at how much you'll get off your huge debts. The last and most important step is to jot down the amount you earn, the sum you spend. There are numerous benefits to having money. Not only does it help us to do everything we love, but it also helps us to help others. Some very generous people contribute their accumulated wealth to others in need. Money can lift spirits, and it
Sample complete. Ready to continue?